Today we're going to breeze through this miniature with some air paints for an air elemental. Wow, folks, I hadn't used that intro in a long time there. It's been a while since I've seen it. I hope you like that intro. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. All right, we're painting an air elemental today from Massive Darkness. She was primed in Brainmatter Beige primer from Army Painter. We are now painting her with some air paints, a color triad of air paints, and we're starting off with Hazardous Smog. Yep, we're not sticking super closely to the artwork. We're gonna go a little off because I found these new air paints recently and I want to give them a try, and I figured, well, let's try it on an air elemental. She won't be completely white, she won't be like a gray color. We're gonna give her a hue of like this bluish cyan turquoise kind of color, and this is the base coat for the entire miniature. And I'm trying to my airbrush out, the new one anyways that I got, and I was having a little bit of issues with it, but it started to work okay fine. I think I'd put not enough paint coming out and it got stuck in it. So yeah, anyways, the next color is Toxic Mist, and I'm trying to stick with the airbrush here and just giving little bursts, and I tweaked a bit of the nozzle at the back here. There's like a little dial to be able to have less of a trigger pull so that you have less paint come out and more streamlined, and just to get like certain areas. So I'm really trying out my airbrush because I want to paint an entire miniature again with the airbrush and see how that goes. You guys can use regular paintbrushes. You've seen me paint with airbrush, air paints on an airbrush. It's okay, it's not great, but anyways. Leviathan Light, now we're just doing some of the highlights here, like where her armor is, which we're going to be putting another effects paint on top of some of these areas, but it's also just to get some of the light areas to create that light and dark for the speed paint that's coming up. Lizard Folk Cyan. I've used this one before. It is, to be honest, not the greatest speed paint. It dries super fast and it doesn't seem to cover really well when it's a flatter surface. It's good on the nooks and cranny areas, like right there, like where all the folds are. You can see like it gets into the highlights, the ridges and all that stuff, and does a good job. Of course, again, this is on top of a different color paint, and don't forget to let your air paints dry completely. Okay, you want to make sure, because otherwise your colors just blend in all together and sometimes the base color comes back out. So make sure that they dry quite a bit between air painting and between your regular brushing here. So again, that speed paint, not bad, not my favorite I would say out of the set, but you know, it does a good job on this because I want to give her like a bluish gray cape to her and these other areas on this air elemental. By the way, the original air elemental was from Massive Darkness. I should say the air elemental was from the original Massive Darkness. And if you have that game and you bought Massive Darkness 2, you can use all those monsters as roaming monsters. I think they were bosses in the first one, and now they're roaming monsters, which is awesome. It gives you a whole bunch more miniatures to have the capability of joining in Massive Darkness 2. Can make your games even more interesting and stuff like that. So you can take a look at that. I know this is an older miniature, but people want to see how my minis are painted. And you guys voted on this one, all right? You guys brought this one to the top. Surpassing some Darkest Dungeons, some Black Rose Wars. The next miniature that's going to go up for voting is going to be, I think, my favorite I've done in a long time, and I think you guys are going to be quite impressed by it, and I think it's going to win the voting. So go check out my community tab on my channel and go vote. Alright, there you have it, folks. The air elemental from Massive Darkness is painted and ready for the table. I had fun with the base on this one. I can't explain too much what I did to it, but it includes some water gel and some ice sprinkles. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you're enjoying my videos, and welcome to the channel. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you all in the next one.